Are you somebody who trusts people straight away? Or are you the kind of person who says, you know what? I am going to trust them when they prove themselves to me. See, I'm going to dive into this today because which one you are makes a big difference in how you build relationships and what happens around you, right? And the results that you get. I'm Angela W. Stillwell. I am the CEO and founder of Untapped Strengths, and I work with individuals to transform them into top 1% leaders and teams into powerhouses. Right. So let's dive into these questions I was asking. Are you the kind of person who trusts people straight away, or are you the kind of person who says they have to prove themselves to me before I will trust them? And I'll tell you, because of the way that I grew up not trusting people. Period. End of story. I just didn't. I was the second person. It was, you have to prove yourself to me before I will trust you. Here's what that does, though. That puts a wall up between you and the other person or other people, right? And so what I found was that all of my relationships, my marriage at the time, my friendships, my family, I was always expecting them to let me down in some form or fashion, to break my trust in some form or fashion, right? And so people sense that. People sense that energy of, yeah, I know what you're expecting of me. And in today's society, we actually, I did a post on LinkedIn a couple days ago that was about trust, and it was based on the book Bowling Alone. Well, not based on the book, but I referenced the book Bowling Alone, and in that, he talks about how trust has eroded so dramatically. If you just go back a few decades, we were, as a whole around the world, trust was at about 70%. Yeah, 70% of our neighbors, our bosses, our governments, doctors, etc. And every decade it has dropped and dropped and dropped. Where now we're at about 20%, maybe even less these days. And social media drives it, the media drives it. Newspapers don't exist anymore, but magazines, all of the things that we are consuming, movies, even video games, right, are constantly driving a sense of distrust. They're building a wedge between people. So when we see people that haven't yet built that know, like, and trust aspect with us, we immediately have a wall up between them and us. And so here's the thing. It's only going to get worse if we don't shift the way that we trust people. So one of the things that I discovered was, there's a quote that says, trust but verify, right? Trust but verify. And I can't remember who said that. Was it Benjamin Franklin? I don't remember who it was that said it, actually. And the trust but verify is a great way to go about it. Now, the verification isn't something that you do immediately, right? It's trust people straight away, and over time verify. It's about meeting people where they are, right? It's not about, when I say trust people, it's not about laying out all of your dirty laundry or being completely vulnerable or any of that kind of stuff. Because as Brene Brown so aptly speaks about this, where she says, not everyone has earned the right for your total vulnerability, right? So it's not about just opening up the kimono and showing everyone everything straight away. You have a responsibility in this trust relationship as well. So it's not about, just throwing everything out there immediately. It's also about you developing your side of the trust equation as well, because the other people are also, excuse me, the other people are also wondering if they should trust you. No matter, excuse me, no matter how much of a trustworthy person you might be, other people are also having this same concern around trust. So, my challenge for you today is how can you help continue to increase and develop trusting relationships and develop further trust in your community, whether it is your work community, your office community, your home community, even within your family, right? Or your distant family or your neighbors, right? So, what do you get to do to build trust? I'd love for you to leave it in the comments, or send me a DM and let me know how how do you feel about trust these days? How do you feel about trust these days? And it just popped in my head. I mean, people don't trust our doctors anymore because of everything that we've been through. Governments, etc. So, how do you envision trust these days? What does trust mean to you? And what does it take for you to trust someone? Leave it in the comments or send me a DM. I can't wait to hear from you. I just wanted to challenge you to try to trust first, right? Not try to. Trust first. Trust first, as opposed to making someone prove it to you first, right? All right. Have a fantastic day. I can't wait to see your comments and your DMs. And I look forward to seeing you on next week's live. And yeah, if there is anything that you would like to hear more about, please let me know that as well. And have a fantastic week. I will see you on next week's live. Bye.